Welcome to another episode of Hypercritical. I'm John.
I'm Nancy.
She's Nancy. Yeah. How you doing?
Doing? How are you?
You're doing good. So we're doing a morning episode. John and Nancy in the morning.
Doot doot.
Big sip. Okay. So we're going to talk about Lost, a show that...
We did it. Decades later.
Decades later, after many people said you should watch Lost, we finally sat down and we watched Lost. So I said, watch as much as you can.
Yeah.
Yep. How far did you get?
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. I was like, so where is that on the meter?
No, because I got to episode 3.
Okay.
Now, here's my thing. I got to 3, and I'm like, I'm enjoying this show.
Yeah.
So why is it so hard for me to keep watching it?
There's something about it, man. I think I know. I think I know from me.
Yep.
It wants to be everything. It's every genre all in one. It's a lot.
It's a lot of things.
And I kind of would like it to, I don't know. I think maybe because where I'm at with focus, I would need a little more, let's be this kind of genre. Maybe 2 or 3 genres, not like all the genres.
Yeah. Because I watched the first 2, and I'd been working in the yard one of the days. I spent 4 hours in the yard just out there. And I came in and I was like, all right, I'm relaxed. Let's watch this show Lost everybody talks about.
Yep.
And I watched the first episode. It starts out like planes already crashed. And here's the thing. This is all I know about Lost is that a plane crashes on an island. Weird stuff happens.
Yep.
It's a little, I don't know if it's supernatural. I only got 3 episodes in, but it seems like something out of the ordinary is going on.
Something's amiss.
Yeah. But I also know that the show came out in the early 2000s.
The early aughts.
The early aughts, the O's. And this is back, I know all the behind the scenes people.
Oh.
So the show was made by JJ Abrams, who did, he did those modern Star Trek movies. He did the modern Star Wars movies.
Okay.
2 of them, 2 out of 3.
Jar Jar Binks.
No. Those are the prequels. That was all George Lucas. No, he did The Force Awakens and the third one that nobody saw. Yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars person, but so he's that was the show I think that got him his notoriety. He had done other stuff I think before that, but I'm not the biggest JJ Abrams historian.
Not a diehard.
Yeah. But the show is also written and created by Damon Lindelof. So he wrote and created one of my favorite shows of all times called The Leftovers, which was on HBO, and it starred Justin Theroux and Carrie Coon, and he was Doctor Who, Christopher Eccleston. And yeah, it was a show about a rapture that happened, and half the population just vanished, and it was all the people that were left, how they dealt with it. So there was a cult of people that never spoke because they were they felt like they could have died too, and they died that day too, so they don't speak. It was very it was 3 or 4 seasons, but it's one of my favorite shows because it's very about spirituality, and I'm not a religious person, but it was about spirituality and life and all these really important things, and it was just a beautiful show is the best way to describe it. So I know that JJ Abrams has a habit of, when he writes stuff, he does something they call a puzzle box mystery.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this term, puzzle box mystery? Nope. Okay, so this is good because a puzzle box mystery is when you have a show and they leave all these little breadcrumbs for you to go, I wonder what that is.
Okay.
You know?
Mm-hmm. But more Like it's an obvious breadcrumb versus some of the.
Yeah. It's usually like there's a thing. Like I know at some point, I don't know if it's in the first season or the second season, or whatever, but at some point they come across a hatch.
Okay.
And then it's like, what's in the hatch? That's the mystery, you know?
Okay.
But I heard he has a tendency to like pile them on so much, and then they're trying to build like the lore of the show.
I think I observed a few. I caught a few.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem is a lot of times with those shows, much like the last 3 Star Wars movies, they didn't plan it out to the end, so they were kind of like, we'll pay this off later. We don't know how we're going to pay it off, but we're going to pay it off later.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little. I've heard people that I respect their opinion say that it's great. Like Tracy says, it's great. People have said it's great, you know. But I've also read reviews where people are like, it tries to be this, but it fails. It's a letdown later on. So I'm like, I'm open to whatever it is.
I remember hearing that people loved the show, and then either how it ended or where the story eventually went. It was kind of like, oh,
okay,
bummer.
So I know you have a lot of notes. So I want to work based off of your notes. So like, what kind of stuff did you have that you wrote down? And then I'll like.
Initially, it was just, who are these people? And honestly, I got to episode 10 and I'm still learning people's names.
I'm pretty. I think that's a good quality of the show is that I do know the characters' names because I try not to have to work to learn their names. It's like I feel like you should, if it's done right, you know, and you learn their names. So like, I know Jack.
Yep.
Jack's the doctor. Obviously, he's the main guy at the moment. You know.
Yep.
I know. I know Kate.
Sure.
I've watched far enough to know that she's done something. Something.
Yeah. Still don't know what. Even by
Still,
episode 10.
Yeah, by 10, don't know?
Yep.
I think the show, I think at some point the show kind of does like before they were on the island.
Yes.
Everybody gets
it seems
their
like
backstory.
everyone, exactly.
Does it
Yes.
started that with that? Where like
Oh,
people
yes.
get their backstories and stuff?
Yep.
Okay. See, this is the good thing. I was kind of hoping that I would watch, when I was like, I'm not going to get through a lot of these. I knew you'd get relatively far, so I was like, that'll be good because then we can kind of, you'll have like a little more knowledge, and I can be like, I feel like at this point, this person's going to be this, and maybe
You could probably predict it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Kate, there's Charlie, who is a junkie,
The
I
Hobbit.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hobbit.
Yep.
There was I made like a Hobbit. He was climbing a mountain or something, and somebody said something, and I made like a Hobbit joke or something. Like, you've done this before. Shut up.
Yeah.
There's Hurley, who was just like the big guy.
Yep. Referred to at some point as Lardo.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the long-haired blonde guy. Sawyer. Yeah. Yeah, the bad boy.
Who Adam said is a, quote, terrible bad person. But in the sense of he can't pull it off.
He can't pull off
being a bad guy.
Being a bad guy?
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of those bad guys where it's like, he's not so bad after all. It's gonna be one of those things. You're getting there?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got Locke, John Locke, who hasn't said much of anything. He talked about backgammon, the history of backgammon, and he found Walt's dog.
Light in the dark. Yep.
The light.
He had
the light. I was like, okay, it's one of those shows, like the light versus the good versus evil. Yeah.
Creepy smile with the
With the
orange
orange?
wedge, just random, oh, look at that. That was a choice.
It was a choice that when he looks at her, he looks at Kate, right, and he like smiles, and the orange wedge comes out, and it's like, it's demented, but it kind of rides that line where you can see where it could be like playful, and he was trying to be, and it just came. But I thought that was great because it was like he's trying to be funny, but it just doesn't work.
Oh no, it was like you and I in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you try to do something and like, oh yeah, they'll get what I'm getting, and people are just like, oh my God, I took
just you and
everything
I.
what you said at face value and quite literally, and you are frightening me.
Yeah.
It's funny because at the end of the 3rd episode, which is as far as I got, and I really did yesterday when my windows at my house were getting done, I can't concentrate when other people are working in my house.
Oh yeah.
I just went in my bedroom in the air conditioning with the cat, and I just sort of just sat there. And I'm like, I didn't even like, well, just watch something or play a game or do something. I couldn't.
You didn't. Oh.
I just like fiddled on my phone because I'm like, well, if they're going to call me, they're going to need something. I was like, I could have watched a couple more, you know? But I didn't. And I was like, look, that's going to be part of it. However far I get.
Exactly. And I did want to watch number 11.
You did want to watch? Okay.
I considered doing it this morning, but I chose not to.
And I want to watch more. I do want to watch more. I'm not giving up on it, but it's like, it's hard. Like, even when I buy like a video game or something, I always go back to a game I always play first, just to get myself in the groove.
All right. Yeah.
And then sometimes I never get into the groove to go to and I end up, I watch the same shows, I watch the same YouTube videos.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to go out of my comfort zone anymore.
Yeah.
And even though I know I'm watching it, and I'm like, I like this show. I should. But
what's on YouTube?
What's on YouTube? Yeah. And also, I'm not a binge watcher.
Oh,
I watch one episode a day. The closest I've come lately is Mad Men. I'll watch like.
Yeah, that's one I want to watch.
Yeah, one or two. I'll watch one or two. Sometimes I'll do 3. But I really like that one.
Oh, Squid Game! I went nuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't do Squid Game. I have that thing where if everybody's watching it, I just resist it.
I'm the same way, and I think that's why it took us decades to get to Lost.
Probably, yeah.
But
yeah, because everybody,
it's good.
Yeah, I'm surprised I watched Game of Thrones when it was on because everybody was Game of Thrones, and I was like,
you know my story.
Yeah.
Still haven't watched the last season, but know quite a bit.
You know quite a bit. Yeah, you probably know everything by this point.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind getting spoiled about stuff either. It's like, so you can spoil me. I hope.
What was the thing you spoiled for Adam and I a million years ago?
I don't.
You were like, "Come on!"
I was like, oh yeah, because it was so old. It was like I don't want to. It was one of those things where it was started like a running joke where I was like, I don't want to give it away, but at the end when the guy dies, yeah, I did one of those. And Adam was like, what? I haven't seen it. I think it was like The Sopranos or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, everybody knows how that ends.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
Like, you guys, there's a statute of limitations to that.
You're right.
Yep.
I don't begrudge you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I only got 3 in.
Yeah.
So we should probably talk about like what were your first reactions to people? Have people, your first reaction to people, has it changed since you saw like the first couple episodes as opposed
to...
The
Korean couple has changed for me over time.
Interesting. Yeah.
He started out real asshole.
Yeah, he started, and I'm like, that's gotta be something, Yeah, he's like, you're dirty, go wash up. Like your button.
You got that one button.
I know, and then she's like.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
You turn around.
Yeah.
Popping it right back open.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, their backstory was helpful. Do you want to hear what?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So apparently she's like some powerful man's daughter he's got this very whatever, you don't know the business, but he makes a lot of money and all this stuff. And he was a waiter. And so he would cater, some of their events and stuff, and that's how they met and fell in love. And she liked him like that. And he ended up asking her father for permission to marry her, which he got, but as long as he worked for him and did what he told him to do. And then that kind of changed him. He had to do some bad stuff is kind of what's implied. So he changed. And right before, it kind of goes into everyone's story right before they were on the plane. And she was attempting to leave him secretly. But she chickened out last minute because she saw like a glimpse of who he used to be.
Oh, okay. Oh, so she gave him.
But then they got there and he just turned to
went back to
again.
that. Yeah. Yeah, he seems, and I'm like, there's got to be more to that, But yeah, I would watch that and I was like, what's his deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like Jack. I feel bad for Jack. He's got to decide everything. Everyone's always after him. It makes me crazy.
Yeah.
I'd just snap.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah. I mean, like he took on the leader role, obviously, because he's a doctor and all that. But yeah, it does seem like everybody. I did think it was funny when the agent guy that had the shrapnel in his thing, and the other guy was like, "Oh, maybe we should do like the pen thing in the throat, whatever." And he goes, "Get me a pen." It seemed like he was useless to him.
Yeah,
and he was just trying to get rid of him.
Yes.
Because like when he came back, he had like 6 pens, and he's like, I don't know which one would work. He's like, they're all good, man. They're all good.
I really liked his description of his first surgery and fear. How he only allows fear in his life for
5 seconds.
He's
Yes.
got a little 5 tattoo.
See that? That's the stuff I was hoping I would find more stuff like that. Like I was looking at his tattoos and I saw 5 and I was like, is that like a party of 5 tattoo? Like, from like, and they're like, no, it'll mean something different on the show.
But yeah, so his first surgery talked about how it was really long and it was on like a 16-year-old girl who had a spinal injury.
Mm-hmm.
And did you notice the way he described it towards the end? Did it stand out to you?
No, remind me.
He hit some nerve sac and all the nerves spilled out of her like angel hair. It was like disgusting. What the hell?
But you can imagine it. I think that's why it's disgusting, because you can imagine it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was scared. And I said, I'm only going to allow this to be here for 5 seconds. And I counted to 5 and then sewed her back up. Everything's good.
Yep. But she uses it later.
She sure does.
She uses it later in the woods when the thing, the rustler, I call it, because it makes the trees go like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that wasn't the polar bear. The polar bear was something else, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
No, because that was like the tops of the trees were going haywire or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's like smoke. There's rustling trees. There's something that pulled the pilot.
Yes.
Like.
And just took some bits.
Yeah.
Tossed him in a tree.
Tossed him on top of a tree.
There's a lot of people saying, what? In response to questions being asked of them. In every episode, that is a theme. What?
Yeah. I don't like that.
There's also a theme of people saying, and I'm not going to do what you tell me to do.
Yeah.
In their life before getting here and then on there. Like everyone has said it at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're all stubborn. They all sound stubborn.
Yes. Yep. Let's see.
There was there's I call her the useless chick at this point.
I don't like her. The blonde.
The blonde
who won't eat the chocolate.
The blonde that was just like sunbathing the first couple days and
yeah, some gratuitous stuff. I'm like, all right, is this going to keep happening in every episode? It doesn't happen in every episode, but there's always a reason some girl's got to take off her shirt or just be laying in the sun.
She was laying in the sun, one thing, but I didn't notice too much gratuitous stuff. I only got 3 in, so I'll have to keep watching.
There's something with bees.
Bees?
And Jack and Kate have to go running off, and of course, the shirt's full of bees.
Oh, what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Lots of that.
Well, yeah, early aughts. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's nothing wrong with that, but when it's kind of like obviously what they're trying to do, like, oh no, you get caught in the rain, like, oh.
Yep.
You're gonna get pneumonia,
It's a fair amount of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. The music. It feels very Lifetime movie-esque.
Yeah, I don't know who does the music, but it does. I don't know. It doesn't really. It almost like it's not there. It's kind of just.
Doesn't make you feel anything.
Yeah. There's music that can like get the emotions across sometimes, or help with the acting performance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the music seems like a non-factor to me.
The size of the plane. Do they make planes like that with all these compartments and rooms and multiple aisles and a lounge and
yeah, I don't know, maybe that's a specialty for the oceanic flights or whatever.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because there was like because the plane was like cracked up into like 3 pieces, right? And like they were in the middle. Their part's the middle, right?
Yeah
that lands, and then like the front, they found the front,
and
then the back is somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was found or just talked about in the later episodes. But at some point, like they do the flashbacks, and Charlie is the guy who's running through, and then the not stewardesses, that's not the right name anymore.
Flight attendants.
Flight attendants, yep. Thank you, are chasing after him, and he just keeps going and going
because he's trying to go to the bathroom to hide his drug, or take as much drugs as he can, and then flush the rest. Yeah, I saw that, and it was like, this plane just keeps going.
And there was a straight up lounge.
There was like a little like lounge area.
I remember in some 80s movie, I want to say maybe Back to the Beach with Annette Funicello
and Frankie Avalon. Yeah.
There was a plane in there somewhere,
and
there were stairs, a spiral staircase up to a second floor. It felt like
Double
this was
decker
in
plane?
that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it did seem. Yeah, there are some planes that have those sort of features, but like
Not Southwest that I'm aware of.
yeah, not Southwest, and not. It just seems like a regular plane. It doesn't seem like it's a.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of a. It was a big plane, but I mean, I know that like when you see planes in movies or something, it's always like tons of headroom and all. It's like it's not what a plane is, you know. So like they kind of make it.
Yep.
For movies, so I don't know how much of the embellishing went on with that plane, but just the fact that many people survived a plane crash is a little odd.
Yep.
And he's just got like little kitty cat scratches on his
Yeah,
face.
just a little surface thing.
Yeah.
I tried to pay attention to see if the scratches moved, but no, I think they were pretty
They're
consistent.
pretty consistent?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. I was impressed with how Kate took the gun from Sawyer
Yeah.
in the woods. That was pretty impressive. Didn't see that coming. She was quick.
She was quick, yeah.
And I was surprised it was Kate who was the one who had the handcuffs.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think if I had like any suspects in my head, you know? Because like when they were like saying, oh, you're like saying that like Saeed's the terrorist and like, you know, Sawyer's the criminal. I'm like, it's got to be neither, you know? Reverse, yeah. But yeah, so then when I saw it was Kate, I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Tracy's watched the whole show twice. She's watched the whole thing twice.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. I said, and I've seen episodes down the line with these characters, and I'm like, I watched the show. I don't know what's going on, you know, but I'm like, oh, it seems interesting, you know.
It was kind of nice seeing familiar looking people.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when you watch a show and you're like,
hairdos.
Oh. Yeah.
And real teeth.
Real teeth. Yeah.
People with normal teeth.
Yeah.
No crazy bright whites.
Yeah, no veneers and all that crap.
No, real teeth.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
It was refreshing to see that. Yeah.
Backgammon is the oldest game in the world.
I didn't know that.
Fact check that.
Is it true? Because I didn't.
I would like to. I haven't checked, but I would like to.
Because he was. Because I was like, he said that, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I wonder if that's true.
Those pieces pop up.
The
almost every damn episode. The light in the dark.
The light in the dark. Oh yeah. Symbolism. Absolutely.
Let's see. The Australian farmer that Kate was with and his wooden prosthetic hand. Straight up wood.
Oh, right. The guy that turns her in. Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah, because she was. Because I was watching that scene. I'm like, why is his wheel on that side? I didn't know that they were in Australia. For some reason, I thought they were in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, maybe I wasn't paying attention very well.
Tied right in with my recent obsession with Australian 60 Minutes. So.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, oh, perfect.
That's right, Australian 60 Minutes. We should do it. We should talk about that at some point.
And they are hardcore, those anchors. So really, you didn't feel like the worst person in the world. Really, you can sleep at night knowing you did what you did.
Yeah.
Huh. Would you like to call the person and apologize? No. It's wonderful.
No, that's like gotcha journalism. Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe that guy is a cop who was with her on the plane, but we haven't really gotten there. It kind of touches on it, but not really. Because, right, did you notice? So that was in episode 3, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, the guy, the farmer turns her in.
Yeah, and then
then he pulls up on the side.
It's
like, cop's not doing that.
Oh, maybe it's a movie. I don't know. Maybe it's a show. He's like, gotcha. He's like, you know.
I don't know.
He could be some, you know.
Still don't know what she did.
I know.
I wrote Charlie sits very too close. Very too close.
Very too close.
To Mr. Locke on a log there. They had a big log and he just sat like right like on him.
Oh, like no
uncomfortable.
No personal space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have liked it.
I would have been like, back it off a little bit. So at the end of the 3rd episode, it cuts to like they're doing different things, and all of a sudden it just cuts to Locke on the beach. And it just does like a slow pan around his face, and it's just a sinister look.
He's quite content though.
Yeah, but it's like it's just like all it is that he still hasn't done anything. He just sort of skulks around.
But he made a whistle.
He made a whistle.
Found that dog. Found Vincent.
He found the dog.
Interesting name for a dog.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, he found the dog, and obviously, yeah, like the father is like, the son is like, "Oh, I made a friend." And he's like, "I hate the old man that doesn't talk to anybody." And then he's like, and he
With
told
all
me
these knives.
Yeah, all these knives, and he told me a secret.
Yeah.
And the dad is like red,
all the flags.
Yeah, all the flags.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old man at the beach he tells me some secrets.
So you don't know his backstory?
I don't know his backstory yet. I don't know Locke's backstory.
So.
But I thought was going to happen at the end of that, like, sinister look. Because I thought it was the camera goes right up to his face, and I thought he was going to smile again, and he was going to have, like, the orange in his mouth. I wish he would have done, just had the orange in his mouth, and then you'd be like, then you wouldn't know what to think. Like,
It's weird looking at, like, he's a good actor in the sense that, like, just the look on his face, sometimes you feel like, no, he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. And then, no, he's not.
He did these horror movies, low-budget horror movies.
Really?
He did these movies called The Stepfather and The Stepfather 2.
Okay.
Where, like, he just gets a new family, finds, like, some pushover woman, and, like, he just takes over the family, and then he turns into a psychopath.
Cool.
And they're not great movies, but he's good in them. So he can do, like, the, hey, I'm the charming guy, and then just, like, immediately, like, with, like, a little look, something, he doesn't like it, and it's like,
whoa.
And everybody's like, oh, anyway, yeah.
I mean, that's talent. So episode 4, you get his backstory.
Oh, okay.
And there's a little nod to Office Space because he's in the cubicle. He works in an office. Don't know what he does, but they're being asked about his TPS reports.
Really?
Oh my God.
It's pretty. Yeah, especially back then. Especially back then. Now everybody knows Office Space, but back then that was
Yeah. So his plan. He worked in some shitty job, and he had a dream of doing a walkabout.
Oh, yeah.
In Australia.
In Australia. That's where you do them.
And he was going to tell this woman, Helen, and his boss is like some young twerp who's just like bullies him,
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, you got a woman? No, I had no idea. This woman, Helen, or whatever. Turns out she's like it seems like she's like a phone sex operator.
Uh-huh.
And he bought a ticket for her too. And then she kind of had to be like, I don't meet my customers. And
he kind of like thought it's kind of like he thinks the stripper likes him.
Yeah.
Syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it cuts to he's in Australia and he's in the office of the place that does the walkabout.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, sorry, you can't do it. You weren't forthcoming about this. And he's like, I've been training. I did all my research. All this stuff. And like, I'm sorry, you can't. And so they get up to like leave. And it turns out he's in a wheelchair.
Oh, interesting.
So in this crash, he somehow, how he's like looking at his toes wiggling. That's why he could walk.
Oh, he can walk now.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But then he actually got his own walkabout. He's out there killing wild boar for the good of the people.
Yeah.
He got a crap ton of knives, and he knows how to use them.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about wild boar.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that it's even necessary to say wild before the boar. But
they may just naturally be war. Like a seagull? You don't want to say...
I'm not ready.
No?
Not ready for that, John.
Okay.
I'm still heated.
You're still heated?
Months later. I think that was like February. I'm still mad
We'll
about
discuss that at another time.
Yes. So...
That's probably a whole episode in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably is.
Yeah, we'll tease that. We'll do that. That's coming later.
Oh, yeah. So they're all sleeping on the beach, and they hear all this and then, stuff banging about.
Mm-hmm.
And in the part of the plane that they're still holding all the dead bodies in, just stanking on the beach, they go in to search what's going on, and it's a bunch of wild boar. So then they're like, oh, so that, we could hunt and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But they are vicious, vicious creatures, and they'll eat anything. So I don't understand why they would go in there and then not charge at the people. Like, they'll just run away. That's bullshit. Call them bullshit.
Bullshit on the boars?
Yeah. Yeah. Saying.
It is a mysterious island,
It's true.
There's a so polar bears obviously are not
indigenous
to that area.
No.
So how did that polar bear get there? Another mystery.
There's a lot of mysteries.
A lot of mystery box mysteries.
Did you make it to the French transmission?
Yes, I did. That's been happening for 16 years. And that keeps saying they're all dead.
Yeah.
So there's a theory that people came upon very early on in this show. So it's not a spoiler or anything, because I don't know if it's true or not.
Okay. I probably don't either.
but there was a spoiler early on that people were like, they're all dead.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does seem like that's the vibe of the show.
It does.
You know what I mean?
It does. And that's
Because what?
So, like the whole like thing, like whenever this was really popular at the time and all that, it was like either at the end they either were like, yeah, no, we're all dead, or it was a dream.
Something
crazy like
that. And I don't remember, and that's good.
Me?
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that like a show like the Leftovers, that was a show where it was like about the journey. Like there were like these episodes, and some of the episodes people might say were slow, and it would focus on like a side character like Justin Theroux's dad going on a walkabout, his own walkabout. But it was like I said before, it was like a beautiful show. Like it was just very thoughtful. It was cynical, but it was also very thoughtful and like about like humanity. And it's a lot like in the sense that Sopranos isn't about mafia life. It's more about like America and family life and how people behave towards each other. So I think that this show has that potential to like reach into the past of these characters and like explore the characters, and that's the stuff that I'm gonna like really enjoy, like getting to know them. You know, I don't so much like the mystery box stuff. I like it to a point because it does give you something to think about and play along with the show as you watch it. But I do know that I've heard that there are things that follow through with, and there are some things that get abandoned, and it's like which storylines are gonna go nowhere and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
And I know that's not, and you know, it's like whatever, it is what it is. But that is in the back of my mind, like when's the show gonna? Because as I've discussed here with Tracy, like when we did our Knots Landing episode, it was like there were shows I used to watch, and then they go downhill, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. I can bow out, no problem.
I can cut out of a show like nobody's business.
Yep. Don't bother
me. Yeah, and we had a whole list of them, you know? And one of the shows that I bowed out of was Orange is the New Black. Did you ever watch that?
Not a lick.
Great show, first couple of seasons. Then it turns into kind of like misery porn.
Oh.
Where like it's just everybody's miserable, everything's awful, everybody's the worst version of themselves, and it's just a bummer to watch.
Yeah.
It was that time in the world where things were kind of a bummer, things were going on, and then so everybody was like atoning for something, and it was just a very negative time. But that show, when it started, it's about a women's prison, you know, like moderate security women's prison. And, you know, you'd meet all the characters, but then you'd do like they'd get like their own episode where like, that's how they ended up in jail, you know, and blah, blah, blah. And then you get to learn. That was great. I think once they got through everybody and then they had to go forward with stories, it got a little like, I got a little stinky. But like, if this show is like that, where they kind of like piecemeal the information of the characters and they spill it out in a nice, not too drawn out way, because Walking Dead, I walked away from Walking Dead because they would just drag their heels for like 4 or 5 episodes, and every season they would split up this gigantic cast into like groups, and it would always be like, oh, just these people this episode, and then the first and last episode they're all together. It's like, you know,
the formula is too obvious.
Yeah, it's too you know, it's like they're gonna sit down and they're gonna tell a boring story. That's the other thing, is like in like Orange is the New Black and other shows that I enjoy. When somebody sits down and gives their backstory, whatever. On The Walking Dead, I could not care less because it was always like, you know, like I was on a farm one time and there was a man. You know, every time when somebody launches into that, I always want the other character to just be like, I don't have time for this. You know?
Yeah.
Because if that happened in real life, I would just be like, oh.
Yep. Moving on.
How long is this story going to take? But like in a good show like Orange is the New Black, it told you something about them. It made sense why they were the way they are now. everything had a purpose. It wasn't just a bad thing happened to me when I was younger,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm a jerk now,
Yeah.
So I think this show probably will do a good job of like fleshing out all these characters really well, and hopefully,
I do plan on finishing season 1.
yeah, I'm gonna do it too, and I think I'll tell you this time. I did the don't tell me how many you did because I was prepared for you to have watched one episode.
Oh.
If you had watched
Yeah.
one, I was prepared for it, and I knew like when I had asked you and you're like I haven't started yet. I was like okay good because I haven't started yet either. So I was like that's good. So, but you have a lot of notes there, so I don't want you to go to waste. So I want you to, if you have anything that you think you want to talk about, we should talk about it.
Let's see. Jack went to Australia to get his dad back. His dad was the chief of surgeon and had some demons, so he would just disappear.
Does Jack have a drinking problem?
Not that I've seen yet. Nope. But he's the guy who everyone always goes to solve a problem or help, even before this, and just that's his place in life.
So he's always
gets involved. Yep.
He's always been doing that. Yeah.
Notice Charlie's tattoo says "Living is easy with eyes closed."
Oh,
so I'm wondering where that's gonna come.
I know what that's from.
What's it from?
It's actually one of my favorite lyrics. It's from Strawberry Fields, the Beatles.
Oh.
Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see.
Whoa.
So basically, my takeaway from that thing is that the people that are blissfully ignorant, they don't stress. They live easy. You live easy with eyes closed because you're not smart enough to understand what's going on. So you're misunderstanding all you see.
So is it smarts or is it intention or is it outlook? Like what is it? Or all of the above?
It depends what it means to him, probably.
Mm.
To me, whenever I hear that lyric, I always think of like people that are like blissfully ignorant, or people that are happy and like people kind of look down their nose at them because they're basic people, whatever. I'm like, well, what do you expect? That's they've figured it out. Well, don't begrudge them because they have a life they enjoy. That's what everybody's goal is.
I am most happy when I tell myself to stop thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Honestly. So,
yeah, I am too because I have like my brain is always like a tornado. I always describe it as like a tornado of like words and thoughts just spinning around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and I always make the distinction that I don't mean I have all of these brilliant ideas and thoughts going on in my mind. I just have a bunch of random scattered thoughts that really need to be organized. Because because it's like when I'm home and I want to like clean the house, I start in one room and I like.
That is a good story. The time you had.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah. I was home and my wife and my mother-in-law were there and they were going shopping and I was like, well, I'm gonna clean the house while you guys are away. So they left, and then they came back and I was in the kitchen and I hear, what happened in here? Because apparently I was going to dust and vacuum the parlor. So I started moving everything in there. Mm-hmm. Got halfway through with that.
Yep.
Was going to do the laundry. So I had the laundry baskets near the door to the basement, but not there. Kitchen was in complete disarray. Trash barrel was out, Cupboards, yeah, doors open. Every room was just completely,
Didn't you make it to your car too and had like the trunk open or something?
Oh yeah, the trunk of my car was open too. Which is something I do that too. I leave the trunk of my car open. I leave the garage door open. Like I left the open all night the other night. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. and it was funny because Tracy had just gotten like gummies, gummies, weed gummies, and I was like, oh, I'll have one of these. It'll help me lock in.
Yeah.
Because it normally does help me like lock in to do something if I want,
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll take a gummy. I've
This is
been
nothing.
smoking my whole life. I was like, it's nothing,
Mm-hmm.
This is barely anything.
Won't even feel it.
Yeah. No.
No.
Because in between all that cleaning, I think I grabbed my Switch and I was in the back patio and I was just like zoned out like for like 45 minutes. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm cleaning the house,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That lady Rose, who when they were on the plane, her husband had gone to the bathroom.
Oh yeah. He didn't.
Yep. She keeps going off by herself and sitting there quietly, just staring at the ocean. She does not believe her husband is dead.
Oh, he's dead, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you never know. Yeah.
Let's see. I already talked about the Korean couple's backstory. I don't have their names, and I don't like
either,
that
because I don't think they haven't said them in.
I don't like it. I just don't. I think they should.
They should have names. Like, did they talk to other people? He's still like he was trying to give people food.
She, turns out, learned English. So he's got like a bee in his bonnet when it comes to Walt's dad. Goes after him.
Well,
He's
I
always
think
watching him.
I think I know why.
He thinks there's some subtraction.
Well, no, because when Walt's dad, which that actor, he's on a
very familiar looking.
He's from a show called it's a very, very popular show.
Huh.
It's incredibly popular.
Oh.
And Tracy watches it, and I've been sitting and watching it, not knowing what's going on. It seems to have kind of a lost feel to it.
Oh.
Like they're in a town, and once you go and get to the town, you can't leave. So there's like little like supernatural type deals going on with that. And he's in that. He's like he's the leader of that.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know he's just Walt's dad. Does he have a name?
Mike.
Mike. Okay.
Find out eventually it's Mike.
Yep.
He was in construction and an artist in the past, but we haven't gotten to their backstory yet. Not by episode 10.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so there does seem to be some connection between her and him.
Oh, because when he was running, he was in the woods looking for the dog,
Mm-hmm.
and then something, the rustle,
and he came back and she was
and
topless.
She was topless.
It just, see?
Yep. So now,
See?
so there's a little like, yeah.
Yep. So she, her husband doesn't know that she speaks English. That was part of her escape plan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She was going to come to America, I think. So, but she does go up to him at some point, and he's the only one who knows. So they have a little connection there. Charlie stands on a beehive. I already went through the gratuitous, we must take off our shirts. Kate finds some dead bodies. They think they've been there like 40, 50 years, and they have backgammon pieces on them.
Interesting.
Mr. Locke is the only one who knew about Charlie's band, Drive Shaft. He was a fan.
He was a fan.
Yeah,
That's
sure
funny.
was.
Yeah, because nobody else cares. He keeps bringing it up. He's like, yeah, we were you were a band, we still are, a band. Yeah.
So you get his backstory. He was in a band with his brother and some other dudes, and Charlie didn't want to get into it because he went to confession and he was doing things, having relations with multiple women he did not know. And he did not feel good about it. And his brother kept trying to convince him to do it, and he's like, "I'm not this guy." And he's like, "Come on, when you say it's time, it's time. We'll just stop." And that did not happen, and they both ended up on drugs. Let's see. Jack finds where there's fresh water, and it's in a cave, and it'd be a really long walk back and forth every day to get all the necessary water to everybody. So he suggests moving in there. Then there's some divide, and some people want to stay on the beach because we're going to get rescued. I don't want to be missed. We're going to get rescued any minute now. But what's odd to me is it's very like, well, who are you going to stay with? Are you going to the caves? You going to the beach? And it wasn't like we can do shifts.
Yeah, you don't have to like commit. Yeah.
Didn't come up.
Huh. Have they done like an SOS on the beach yet?
They burned the dead bodies.
Oh.
Massive fire, and they've just been keeping that fire going. But they did a little like memoriam. The pregnant chick just finds whatever that's got their names on them, so she's reading like where they had their layover before they could just like.
That's kind of a little
somber. All right, Charlie detoxing.
Yeah, I figured like he's gonna run out of. I was like, he's gonna run out of drugs, and then he's gonna have a real hard time coming down.
Mr. Locke is the one who tries to help him, and he ends up taking the drugs. And they talk about a moth, and they find a little moth cocoon, and they're stronger than butterflies, and he could help the moth out right now and just cut the slit, but the moth needs the struggle in order to be able to survive when it gets out. So he wants him to detox but make the choice. He still has some drugs, but don't take it. And he does.
He's got a good metaphor for that.
There's lots of plans for triangulation that go awry, but they eventually get it.
So triangulation, that's like with the receiver to get
to find out where that signal's coming from. That French lady.
I don't know much about that stuff. Does that mean like the signal's coming from the island or it's coming from far away?
Yes, but I only know that because Saeed said it.
They say, okay. Yeah. I would be the guy, and I would be like, what's this? Why is that? You know? Like
Graham's receiver, that doesn't even sound like a right word.
Yeah, because they were walking, they went in that group, and then they were like, try it now. Like Sawyer was, you got to try it now. And he's like, we're not high enough. And he's like,
I don't have enough battery. Yeah, I want. Saeed does get a signal finally. Someone knocks him out. So he doesn't get to find out where it's coming from. Let's see. At some point, Sawyer does come out of the ocean naked.
Okay.
You don't see anything. Not even from behind, so.
Yeah, it's
not exactly the...
It's an ABC show.
But still.
Well, ABC.
Fair.
ABC, they had NYPD Blue. They had all kinds of slobby.
Oh, I heard.
Butts.
Yeah, the big guy, right?
Yeah.
His butt ended up on there. So Sawyer, he's often seen reading a letter that he holds tenderly, full, but he's kind of like rough and gruff with everything else. And so they're the annoying girl and her brother. So the annoying girl has asthma. Her inhaler ran out. The brother had extra inhalers in his luggage, but Sawyer's like taking everyone's stuff, so that turns into a big thing. And Sawyer doesn't just tell them he doesn't have it; he makes it sound like he does, and he just won't give it to him. So like he gets like tortured. It's like weird. Where the hell am I going with that? Oh yeah, so Kate tries to reason with him, and she's like, "You act like you don't care. You obviously care about somebody. I see you reading that letter and all that stuff." So then you find out his backstory. So apparently he's a grifter. So he'll find like unhappy housewives, bed them, and then convince them to get money from their husband to give to him, kind of.
Does he do that? Is he like an old lady chaser, or just like a? Well, yeah, he doesn't have to be. He can probably get. Yeah. He's a handsome guy. Yeah. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to go there. Maybe like later in life,
Yeah. He'll work his way.
He'll work his way up to the 80-year-olds with the wills.
So he has Kate read the letter, and basically it's like, Sawyer, I know what you did with my mom. When my dad found out, he killed her, then killed himself. I'm gonna find you someday. All this stuff, and so you kind of, it's like, oh shit. So he's like, I am a bad guy. But then it turns out later on, you find out he wrote the letter. He was the kid that happened to.
Yep.
But he ended up turning into Sawyer, the bad guy who did that to him, to his mother. Now he's doing it.
Yep.
He's got to grapple with that.
Yep.
Charlie's on a quest for peanut butter for the pregnant chick, which...
does he have like a thing for her?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. She makes some comment about like everyone like doesn't want to look at her and all that stuff. And I don't want to look at her. It makes me very uncomfortable and I don't like it. There was some crappy like equivalent to Sharknado on one of the streaming services that I watched. And it started with like this woman, she worked at like a meat packing plant, but it was in like New Orleans and the levees broke and a hurricane came and everything flooded and all the sharks were in, and it's like she's super pregnant, and of course she like has the kid when she's in the water and can't get out, and all the blood from the meat packing. It's like, but it just reminded me of that, and it irritated me for no good reason. But yeah, so he's on a quest for peanut butter for her. He finds some empty jar and tries to convince her to imagine it, and they have a nice little giggle over it, and they bond. I don't know.
That didn't work, huh?
Yeah. All right. Saeed's backstory and the picture of the woman. Did you see the pictures he carries around?
Did I see the pictures that he carries? I don't think so.
Okay. So it's he's from Iraq. And so the women wear I can't think of the name.
The hijab?
Is that the full body? And it's just the face that shows?
I don't know.
It's maybe that.
We'll put it up right here.
Okay. And so I kind of laugh because it's like, oh, she's so beautiful, but she's in every picture. It's just another shot of, and then it's closer up of that. And so Adam made it funny, and he was like, well, yeah, like in when they first started like making pictures, like being able to take them,
yeah.
and no one smiled.
Everybody looked miserable.
They just line up and this is me. So yeah, it looked like that. But you get his backstory, and so he was in their equivalent of an army, and
he said the Republic of I forget, because I know he was, I think maybe Hurley or somebody was talking to him, and he was like, oh, I was in the Gulf War or something.
But in communications, keep saying communications.
Yeah,
but he was like torturing people.
But then they were like, because they were not thinking, they were like, oh, what Army, Navy, and he was like, oh, the Republic. It was like it was the other side, you know, and it was like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense, you know, but
so he was the guy who did torturing. That was the communication piece.
Oh, he was the torturing guy, huh?
Yeah. But so this girl comes in. It's the girl in the picture, and so she's he knows her from childhood, and I guess they liked each other, but she would like pick on him, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And now she's in trouble, and he has to interrogate her and torture her, and she won't speak. And he's like, you know, so he tries to like hold it off for like a month or so, and obviously they're getting closer, and he tries to help her get away. But she ends up getting killed.
Oh, so he got like reverse Stockholm syndrome. He got
yeah. We do find out that when Saeed got knocked out when he was getting the signal, it was this crazy woman in the woods. She ends up in a hatch, and he's tied up and being electrocuted. And she keeps asking, "Where's Alex? Where's Alex?" And he thinks he's dreaming, and he doesn't know what's going on. And it's the French woman from the signal.
The signal lady. Yeah.
She's crazy looking.
Yeah.
She has some crazy eyes. Yeah, and not like I think it's just natural.
Just natural?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But she...
Oh, okay, I see it. We'll put that in later. Magic.
But, you know, she hasn't talked to anyone in 16 years, and she hasn't touched anyone, so she wants to keep them all to herself. But it's not like... It's kind of creepy, but it's not overtly creepy.
It's not, yeah.
But then they start hearing like those crazy animals screeching, roaring sounds. So she's going to go out with her gun, and he eventually breaks free, and he gets out there, but they have like this like standoff moment, and he goes to shoot first, but it's been disarmed, whatever the right term is. And she's like, oh yeah, I did that when my husband tried that, and that's when I pulled the pin on him or something. So it turns out she killed them all. And she's like,
they're all dead. She killed them all.
She did it. Because they were going crazy.
Yeah. Because when I was saying like at the beginning where I was like, oh, I've heard like rumors that like, you know, they're all dead. They're like in purgatory or whatever. There are all kinds of theories out there. And when she was saying, like, and I heard on the transmission, they're all dead, I thought she was talking about them. Like, you're all dead.
Right.
You know?
And it's, you know.
Still up in the air.
She doesn't believe he's with other people. And he's like, no, you don't have to be alone. Come with us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then the next episode doesn't really, she's not in it. So I don't know if they do eventually come back or what together. Yeah. But then the last episode, number 10 that I watched, the pregnant girl's having crazy dreams with nightmares and stuff. And you're not going to believe it. There's backgammon pieces in these dreams. She wakes up screaming. She's got blood on her hands, all this stuff. So then you get her backstory, and it's the loser brother from, is it Wedding Crashers?
The one that's creepy?
Yeah. He's her boyfriend. He's creepy.
From Wedding Crashers, the one that likes Vince Vaughn?
Yes. Yes. So he's like, it's weird.
That guy?
Yeah. So he's in it. He's her boyfriend. He got her knocked up. He's very much, we can figure this out. It's kind of great and all that stuff. And then a few months in, he changes his mind. I can't do this and all that. So A few days later, she goes with a friend to see a palm reader / psychic, and for fun. And instantly he gets her hands, and he's like, "So how long have you known you're pregnant?" She's like, "Oh my God." So she tells him, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no, take your money back. I can't do this." And kicks her out. So she's freaked out.
Yeah.
So then she ends up going back to him and begging him to do it. He does do it, but he still doesn't tell her much other than she's the only one who can raise this baby. There's danger surrounding the baby, but she's the only one who can raise it. And she's like, "Well, I'm giving it up for adoption." He's like, "You can't." And he won't tell her anymore and all that stuff. Then he keeps like freaking her out and calling her in the middle of the night, being like, "I have a plan. I need you to do this, this, and that, and the other." And she's like, "Nope, I'm going to do the adoption thing." She goes to sign all the paperwork. The pen doesn't work. She gets another pen. That pen doesn't work. And then she's just like, "You know what? I'm not doing this." So she goes to see the palm reader guy one last time, who's kind of creepy looking too. And he tells her he found a couple in LA. She has to get on this plane. It has to be this plane, all this stuff. And she's like, "But why would he want me to do the adopting? He said only I could raise it." And then it's Charlie who says, "Because he knew this would happen and you'd end up here and you'd be the one to raise it." And then she starts going and starts having contractions in the middle of the woods. So Charlie's running to get Jack, but he runs into some other guy, Ethan, who's just a random background people.
Yeah.
And he tells Ethan to go get Jack. He's going to go back and sit with her. And then we go back to the beach, and Hurley is trying to get everyone's names down because he's like, "We don't know who's here. Like, we should at least like
take
know where people came from, have a census. Like have a list." And so he cross-references his list with the manifesto. And
the manifold? The manifold?
Manifest, I think.
Oh.
The plain manifest?
I want to say manifold. One of us is right. One of us is wrong. We'll find out.
And
we'll find out. We'll put a big like right or wrong.
Okay. And there's one extra person. And it's Ethan. And that's where it ends.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's 10. I looked at the season. It's like 22 episodes or something. I was like,
is that normal?
For those, well, I looked, the later seasons, they're shorter.
Because Housewives are only like 12, come on.
Yeah, because like when me and Tracy would watch like Knots Landing, the first couple of seasons, they were like little 10-episode seasons. And then like once the show got popular, there was like a whole season. There was one where it was like 30-something episodes. And even though they were like really great seasons, you're kind of like, all right, wrap it up. Because they have like stories that go all season and you wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer like shows now that have like 10 episodes.
10's a sweet spot.
10's good, you know? But now like HBO, they're doing even less. They do like 8, they do 6.
Not like a British thing.
British shows, the entire run of a show would be like 6 episodes, like The Office.
Yeah.
Like season 1 was like 3 episodes, season 2 was 2, and it was a Christmas special or something.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it was always like that. Yeah. But sometimes they're rushed. Like I watched, like I'm definitely doing multiple episodes about True Detective Night Country on here because it was just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like 6 episodes and it dragged and it was boring. And then the last episode, it was like, I could talk about 5 hours about that show, about how horrific it is. And it's because I hate women.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I hate women. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with like a Native American or
a boxer?
Alaskan?
She was a boxer. Yeah, she's just a boxer. She's not an actress. And then it was like Jodie Foster, which I love Jodie Foster, but her character in this was like garbage. Just a nasty character.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, because everybody said, "Well, you just hate women." I'm like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I can't wait to watch this new season. And then the show just stunk. And I have many valid, legitimate examples why, not just like it's because there's women in it and I don't like women.
Yeah.
I don't like that argument. It's kind of lazy.
It sure is. And sometimes a bad egg is just a bad egg.
Yeah.
The show sucks.
Yeah. And that show just sucks.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're gonna keep watching, right?
Yeah, I would like to. I think finish season 1 and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up, and then we'll see how we go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know you have a lot of notes. So did you?
No, because it was weird taking. I didn't know what was really.
I wanted to take notes like I've always done, and then I was like, no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch the show and like I said, character names and stuff. I said if I'm meant to remember it, if the show makes me remember it, mixed with my own memory.
Yeah.
It's
worth talking about.
Yeah, and it's worth talking about. I'll remember it. And I think the show does a good job of that because like there's some shows I'm like I give characters nicknames because I don't know their names after like a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
This show kind of did a good job with that. You kind of know where everybody is, what your vibe. They give you a vibe, and then they kind of like show you what you thought they were, as opposed to who they are.
I just thought that first episode, it was chaos, and which makes sense, obviously, but I thought it was going to lean more into like, what would you do in this situation? Kind of those humanity. Which way you're going to go? Is it about me or is it the greater good?
Yeah, it might because I have a feeling that that's probably like the guy that was the marshal.
Yep.
That was kind of like what are you going to do in this situation where like there was no way to
true.
No way to
I didn't even write that down. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about that, so I'm glad I reminded myself of that. When he gets Jack pulls the shrapnel out of him and stops the bleeding, and at that point Jack has seen Kate's mugshot, so he knows he's the marshal. He knows the handcuffs belong to Kate. But then why did he get something happened and I think when he woke up and he saw Kate, he freaked out.
Yeah.
And then he ruptured something.
She's dangerous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then he ruptured something. So then it was kind of like, I can't help him anymore.
Well, then he had the fever. The antibiotics weren't strong enough.
They weren't strong enough. And it was basically like, now he's going to die over the course of 3 to 4 days.
Yeah. In agony, making
everybody like,
which,
yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. But I was like, I can see how that would be for morale to just have somebody like just slowly dying over the course of 3 days.
Yeah.
There's some I would say that would take a mental toll on people. So they're like, that was one where it was kind of like, well, dude, he's a doctor, so he can't put him down. That's not, first do no harm.
They have an oath.
First do no harm. So,
but then he had to.
Sawyer. He kind of, yeah. You know what I thought? Because I saw like, Kate went into the thing with the gun, and then like Hurley's like, "Oh, you let her go in there with the gun?" And he's like, "Oh, she's got a gun, whatever, And then she walks out.
Did you think she left it with him to kill himself? Me too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was kind of like a little disappointed when Sawyer came out, because I was like, it didn't have to be on anybody's hands. I think if you gave that guy that gun, he was gonna just pop him.
Yeah, that's what I was. I don't want to say hoping for.
I know, but that's what I thought happened, and I was like, that was the best choice. She walked out. She didn't shoot him. And then you're thinking, she still got the gun, whatever. I was thinking, I wasn't thinking ahead or whatever. I'm thinking she still had the gun. And then I heard the gun go off, and I was like, that's the answer. That's the answer. Mm-hmm. Give him the choice. Give the patient the choice. Yeah. But then Sawyer comes out the back of the tent, and he's like, you son of a bitch, you killed him. I was like...
Yeah.
I was like, you could have just
Tell you what, though, for those decisions, nothing on Squid Game.
Really?
Holy crap.
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to watch it.
I wish you would.
Yeah.
I really do. I would love to talk to you about it.
All right.
I cried every episode. It got me.
I'm not a TV crier.
I'd like to think I'm not either, but if you allow yourself to get sucked in, that's just it. You got to allow yourself to be like, what would I do?
Yeah. That's why I allow myself to cry like 3 times a year, and it's always like a mess. Because the rest of the time, like, shut it down.
Yeah. No, I binged those in the room with the door just because I knew I would be a mess.
Yeah, and Tracy's always like that. She's like, "Oh, I'm watching this show," and I'm like, "What's it about?" And then she talks about it. I'm like, "Yeah," I can imagine her just crying about 1,000,000,000 times watching it, and I'm like, "Nope." Yeah, I need stuff like a little like less emotional these days.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know?
You know what? Yeah.
Like there's movies that are very like sad and like they'll get you, and I'm like, I gotta really be in the mood for that. You know? There's a movie In the Bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's called it's about like a kid that he's dating like an older woman, like a hot older woman, Marissa Tomei. Tomei.
Mm-hmm.
And her jealous ex-husband like kills the kid. So it's about like the parents, like Sissy Spacek and Tom Wilkinson.
Oh.
T-Wilk. I call him T-Wilk.
Sissy's still kicking, huh?
She's still around, yeah. But this was like maybe like 10, 15 years ago. This movie came out. Okay. And it's very, very sad and very, very slow. But it's a good movie because, like, you know, like they're mourning, but they're like kind of like the parents are mourning, but they're not speaking. And then, like, as the movie built, you can feel the tension building from the unspokenness, and then it's like, then they start like attacking each other, and it's like, but it's real, and it's like you feel it, and it's like, but you have to be in the right mood for that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like is that one where Stanley Tucci is like the child predator? All the pretty.
The Lovely Bones?
Oh yeah, All the Lovely Bones. Yeah, that one, and like
I never
Mark
watched
Wahlberg
that. I never watched that because it was like Stanley Tucci and like what was like one of the Fanning girls, like Dakota Fanning or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mark Wahlberg and I forget who the mom was. They just how over time they just can't. They're going in two different directions with how they deal with the kid being killed and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what's that about? I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm gonna skip that. That's a skip.
It was hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But I don't think this show will get that dark. I'm just curious to see like if it's gonna reach a point where I'm like, you know, and I don't want to be the disappointed guy. I'm not, like I do like I like liking shows, you know, like because I always like to be, you know, critical of stuff when it's warranted, but I'm not the guy that hates everything, you know.
Yeah. No.
So. But I have heard things where like this show is either going to be like amazing, you know, and I'm going to put it up there with The Leftovers and things like that, or it's going to be a show where I'm going to be like, it was good until season blank, and I'm going to have a very strong opinion on when it got bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm just not interested in a lot, and I'm always very late to the game. Yeah. So this kind of tracks for me. I'm always years and years behind when it comes to the popular stuff. But...
I like to be late to stuff that is polarizing. You know, like I'll see movies online and people are like, "Oh, this movie's great," and then 50% of the people hate it. You know?
Yeah.
Like I waited like 2 years because, like I said, I'm not a Star Wars person, but the last Star Wars movie I watched was the middle one, The Last Jedi. And that was like this movie that divided fans, and people were like, either they hated it or they loved it. And it feels like you were on a team. And I'm like, I don't want to be on a team.
No.
So I watched it like 2 years later, and I was like, I can see why people dislike this. I said, but there was a lot of good in that movie. Star Wars movies are kind of not the best made movies, not the best dialogue, not the best, and you know?
No.
And it's like it was kind of like an entertaining movie. There was some really corny bullshit in it. And I get where some people, you know, but the people that don't like that, they make their entire YouTube channel about like, you know, oh, this wokeness is everywhere, and it's like you're just a shill for like complainers, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like right in the middle usually with stuff, unless I really hate something, and I genuinely have good reasons for hating it, you know. But I get like that. So
I just finished You.
How was it?
It's the right ending.
It's the right ending? Yeah.
So, that says something.
I know what the ending is. I heard that. I told you that. I think I told you that I just saw the ending because I got halfway through I told you guys I got halfway through the final season after sucking it up all this time, not liking the show for the last couple seasons. And I got halfway through the final season. I'm like, how does it end? Just you know.
Yeah. It was the right one. It kind of dragged on a bit. But,
But he does. I think the last thing he says, it's kind of like he's blaming the audience.
Society.
He's blaming the audience. So he didn't learn his lesson.
No, he's not going to. He's sick.
Because people are like, that's the wrong message. And I'm like, I think the message is that he didn't learn his lesson. Is that what
and
you
we
got?
are sick.
Yeah, sure.
We're all sick.
Yeah. But I mean, like, was that was that what you got from it?
That's
the
what I
intent?
got.
Okay.
Yep.
So then
he
that
still thinks,
Yeah. Because that's why I really didn't like Dexter.
I bowed out of Dexter.
Yeah, like the first season was all right because I had read the book, and the first season was kind of like the book. But then it was just like, this is kind of just like a C+ TV show. It's not that great. It's whatever. And then everybody else around him was a complete moron at that police station to not know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody was like, and then like bullshit reasons would get him out of like no-win situations and all that stuff. I just had to get out and not stand it.
Well, and with you, it's like, oh, he just puts on that baseball cap.
And he's invisible.
See him.
Yeah. Puts on that blue baseball cap.
Even to the end, he's still wearing last season, still rocking it.
Yep. No sunglasses half the time, Yeah,
you just turn.
Yeah.
That's all.
But then as the show went on, people would be like, I saw you at the thing, like, do you think you're hiding? Like, Yeah, I really, because there's not a lot of Netflix shows that I've liked. I loved Cobra Kai. I know it was cheesy, but I think it was it was cheesy on purpose, and it had the right balance.
We didn't finish it. I think there's
it's
two
good.
seasons I didn't see.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's really good. Because it's just fun. It knows what it is. It's one of those shows that doesn't take itself too seriously. When it needs to be serious, it is. But
The Boys was good on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
I couldn't get into The Boys either, and I heard The Boys fell. But did you watch it all through?
No.
Okay.
I don't do that.
Yeah. I know how it ends. I won't spoil it for you. Nothing in there. Even though I don't want to give anything away. But when blah, blah, blah. No.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So you're going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep watching it. We'll
kind of, sort of, maybe.
Kind of, sort of, maybe for another one. If not, we'll do something different.
I dig.
You dig?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll catch you later, everybody. Bye.
Bye.